Good evening. You're listening live to the Extreme Movie Show. I'm your host, Rob, broadcasting to you from the Pineless Palace, where it's 82 degrees, a bit balmy here in Central Florida. I've got RDV from the Great Midwest joining me tonight to cover the Season 2 premiere, Episode 1 of Landman, yet the 15,000th Taylor Sheridan created show. But this one, RDV, we're going to talk about, how do I say this in a PC manner? This show has not excessive is the wrong word. It has a highly addictive amount of strong female energy from a lot of leads in it. I thought honestly, RDV, as much as we enjoyed last season, and I'm not knocking Tulsa King, which we're finishing up too. That show's a lot of fun with Stallone in it. What a difference in shows, because this was so tight. I think this episode's one of the best ones out of Season 1 and Season 2. Not only did they put the bow on a few things, now you're starting to feel where things are really taking off. I thought this was a fantastic episode. It's what a way to really start off another season and get right into it. No screwing around or whatever on a lot of angles there, too. What a great first episode. What's your take on this initially?
Well, Landman in general is kind of a tougher show to review because so much happens and then so little happens all at the same time. If that makes sense. Where like we watch Tulsa King, boom, boom, this happens. This we're introduced to 4 things, in here. We got we're also introduced to characters as well from last season. Billy Bob Thornton. It's literally is a show for Billy Bob Thornton just to swear nonstop, and everyone else, swear too. We have Demi Moore, who's basically taking over the company, and she has to have this little dinner here, a luncheon to remind the investors that, hey, just because my Monty's dead doesn't mean that I'm gonna roll over it and you guys are gonna lose money. She has a little thing where she's kind of scared at first. She's in the bathroom. These girls think that she's there as too old, and because they're basically there just basically get money out of rich old guys, stuff. Until they find out that when she goes and makes a speech, they're like, oh shit, she's the one that's hosting everything. She's the one that's, yeah. So she takes it in stride. I like this because I was afraid that this was going to be really this Demi Moore show, and I really don't want that. I wanted to want her to be probably as much as Monty was in the first season.
Yeah, not a lot, but just enough. And I got to tell you, she hit a home run here, and I hope that's the kind of Demi Moore we get, because when she plays strong women, she's great at it.
Yes. So she gives her speech and pretty much tells us she comes on strong, and even
I am a predator.
Yeah, I'm not a hunter.
That's the song, sir.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not a hunter. Like, there was Monty, it's like, but she says no, eat your fucking dinner. She's meaner. He's like, eat your fucking dinner. I paid for their own money. I love that. And then we also got Cooper. As at the end of the last season, he bought some wells, or basically made a deal with this guy, landowner. Here, let me tap you here, drill some wells. We'll make money. He ends up hitting it big. So he's looking at what, $39 million, a year or a day. I think it was.
So when he taps the well, what I love about this character, because that's his son, right?
Yeah.
So he's formed his own identity. He's hooking up with one of the people that died. And think about it, what you said is 100% right at the beginning, where a lot happens, nothing happens. First down the job, his whole team blows up, not because he fucked up. He dropped out of school. He's trying to work it out, and he has everybody doing it. He wants the numbers. That's the most important thing, because he's able to sit there and really quickly compute in front of you without not talking down to you as an audience person to go, this is what it means and this is how people think. It was absolutely brilliant scene there too, because you're right. That scene and his lovers, I'll call her right now, his girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, relationship with her holding the baby. She has a look of like, oh fuck, what did we get ourselves into? I don't like this. That's why we're watching, not to listen to this speech, but to also watch her reaction. She's not happy with it at all, even though it's a lot of money.
The great thing about this show is that both the children both reflect their parents.
Correct.
Cooper is just like his dad. It's even brought up and mentioned by somebody. Where do you think he gets his attitude from? And then look at the daughter. She's a complete ditz, but she's actually just like Allie Larter.
Got a good heart somewhere.
Yeah. So, so Cooper strikes it big, and of course they're not married yet, but I don't think they're even engaged. Are they engaged? No, not yet. This is Cooper's girlfriend. They're just boyfriend girlfriend now.
No, I think they're just shacking up.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, she didn't seem too happy at first, but mainly because I guess I don't think she knows what to make of it because everything is kind of moving a little fast for her.
You know what through her head, I think? Oh my God, this is going to change everything, and I don't know that I like it. She's uncomfortable with it, not in a good way.
Well, yeah, having too much money too fast can change people, and
Yes.
she saw how
and it's not. He says it's ours. We get blah blah blah.
Yeah, and
he's using the possessive form of their relationship. She's never done that.
Yes, and also the fact that he says see that one over there. We're gonna that's our next project. Another we're gonna tap, and he's becoming obsessed. Kind of like his father is. Same way. He has a vision. He knows what he's gonna do, and he doesn't care if Cooper. It is as much as he doesn't want to be like his dad. He is very much like his dad. And you look at his sister. Played by Michelle Randolph. She plays Ainsley. Ainsley is now going to be going to school. She's going to go into tech, or not tech, but she's going to what is
TCU, the Horned Frogs.
The Horned Frogs,
or University.
Technically, it's a horny lizard. Yes, she goes there, and then she's. I love how Michelle Randolph. Michelle Randolph's a great actress. You see her in was it the other show, 1929?
I've seen her in anything because I don't watch it.
She's in the other Sheridan show. That's where she came from. And basically, where she goes from playing a very smart character, but when she quits here, she is expert at playing the bimbo. And I love the scenes with her and Allie Carter, who plays her mom. They just vibe off each other, and the levels of retardation of both of them, because they're just very superficial people. And Ainsley isn't shallow. She's just an idiot. She means well.
She's living that class.
She's a little bit spoiled, but she's not like yelling at you and like really bitchy. That's her mom. Her mom played Allie Carter is like, and they make the joke about because whenever she's on her period, she goes crazy. She does it again, and every single episode, whenever she makes dinner,
she has an episode. I'm looking forward to when they have dinners.
Right? So every time I'm like, ooh, what is she going to make today? And of course, you always have somebody says to him, he's like, is this what kind of sauce is it? There's no sauce because she has the truffles, or truffles, whatever.
Special mushroom.
Yes. That's the one that Nicolas Cage had to hunt with a pig to get.
Truffles suck. Overrated.
They're gross. Yeah. And here's the thing, though. He's like, she's like, oh, you want some? I was like, she's like, don't worry. He's like, we're gonna fucking eat it. It cost me $2,800. He's like, $2,800. Here, honey, give me $600 on my plate. And just the nonsense. But so we have Ainsley's now going to be going to school for 4 years. The mom's freaking out because, well, my baby girl is going to be over here. So now she immediately goes to Thorton. We need to go get a realtor and buy a house. How about a 5-bedroom house? Because her mind, she really wants like to have a perfect family, but she knows that I think she knows deep down she'll never have that type of family.
That's the struggle between the happily ever after stuff they've been fed, and then the reality of okay, once you go down that aisle after your honeymoon, what happens? That's the rest of your life.
Yeah. So I love Nathan and Dale in this. Whenever you see them in the house, you're like, Dale's like, oh, he's like, what kind? Yeah, he's the one who's like, oh, this was where we're eating for dinner. And she's like, yeah, Dale's where we're eating for dinner. And then when she mentions the house, he's like, thank you, Jesus, says Nathan, because he's like, he can't. He wants them out of the house. He don't care as long as they're gone, so he can focus on his work. So we had recurring characters coming back. The only one we didn't see today in this episode was the lawyer.
Yep.
She's not back, but I imagine she'll be back in the next episode or the episode after that. But there is one character that is being introduced, and that is Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott playing the father of Billy Bob Thornton's character.
I like Sam Elliott, and I know his voice and he's real soothing. Shit, this was actually heartbreaking to watch.
It is, because
I can't believe the effect it had on me.
Our introduction to him, and he's at assisted living home, and he's sitting there watching the sunset. This Karen comes out and says like, well, it's time for dinner. He's like, I know what fucking time dinner is. And explains it. He's like, we probably won't ever get this in your life, but And it's like, the son, and during the what was it? It said like what, July.
He says, it's two things. I could explain to you why you
Yeah.
do it, but you probably wouldn't appreciate it, and it's almost fucking over.
Yeah.
He just wants to see the sunset before he has to go in for dinner.
Yeah. And every day the sun sets a little. Yeah, sun takes a little longer, and she's gonna take inside with a wheelchair, and he's like, no, he fucking stands up, and she's like, you can't do that. So not only the guy
like one step, and he's so small, bro.
Yeah,
that was so good though. I'm sure he's fit, right? He looked like he was gonna fall. Oh my god,
he looked very frail. Well, and here's I think he's like what, 80 something now.
I think he's in his 80s.
Yeah, he's in his 80s. And it's weird because I want to point out the last time I saw him, he didn't look as frail, and then maybe that's him just acting. But I watched him in The Ranch on Netflix.
Okay.
He came out, and that was probably what, 2016, maybe 2017.
It's 10 years though.
Yeah. I know, but like in my mind, that's what he looks like, Sam Elliott from The Ranch, and he was always wearing a jacket or flannel. He's always just disgruntled and always told people to fuck off. So when they announced that he's gonna playing Bill Thornton's dad, I was like, what better actor could they have cast for this?
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, so he's at another guy comes out, basically he's a much cooler, much nicer guy, and and he says like, hey, I'll let you know, your wife passed. She passed in her sleep.
Yeah, he uses the glazed name, I can't remember, and that's what we find out. I mean, think about the analogy here. The sun is setting on his life, literally, figuratively.
And he says the guy,
his wife dies. It's like fuck, and he just starts like moaning. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, this is crushing.
Yeah. He says earlier, he's like, do yourself a favor, kill yourselves. Don't let yourself live till you're old. Just wait to die. And it's just like, this went really, really dark here. Of course. So we had the dinner scene was after that, and then like Cooper's coming over. He's gonna try to tell his dad good news, but he doesn't get a chance because the mom goes psycho, and she starts throwing the plates and throwing around. And Cooper, there's a moment where Cooper and Bill Thornton are hiding on the table because Bill Thornton always sits on the opposite side of the table. I don't blame him for how crazy she gets at the dinners.
Well, that's typical head of the house, though.
Cooper runs inside. They're ducking because she's throwing plates. He's like, "I'll see you later, Dad." And he quicken up and he runs out the door. I just love that. It's just so comedic, And he eventually, after he basically, she walks over and she's like, and I love is we're talking about this line before live. He says to her, it's like, I know you're before my ultimate demise, you're gonna kill me. I just want to say that sweat going, your tits look amazing. And I love how she just calms down. She's like, you always find the one thing to say to me, they'll save your life. And they kind of have a moment there.
Bro.
She's all horny. They're gonna start making out. He gets a phone call, and she's upset because he answered the phone. She's like, always answer the phone. Never me. It's always. So she wants all this for her.
If you're gonna answer the phone.
Yeah. So he goes outside and he gets a phone call. She's like, "What?" He's like, "Well, someone died." He's like, "Who died?" He's like, "My mom died." So next episode 2, which we'll be dropping the review sometime this week, and as I imagine he's gonna go visit his dad. And that's because there's pictures of him with him and his dad just sitting outside, and I think by the pool by his house.
Yeah.
I think the dad's gonna be coming out of the assisted living and living with him at the place. That's my thought. But like you said, a lot happened, but a lot didn't happen here. So 4 little things that happened here. We had the dinner with Demi Moore, and her confirming everybody that, hey, I'm that bitch, and you're gonna do what I say.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. I'm that bitch. Yeah, don't fuck with me. Yeah, the whole Demi Moore scene I thought was fantastic. I'm not the biggest fan of Demi Moore. I don't hate her.
Sure.
She got a lot of rub for being, back in the 80s and 90s with Bruce Willis. But that being said, when she's
Michael Douglas too. Yeah.
Michael Douglas, that was a great movie. She plays that role really well. And what I still like about the show is that if you were to ask the average person, hey, you want to watch a show about oil? Old timers like me from the 80s and earlier would be like, hey, there was one called Dallas. It was great, right? But this one is like, not only do they fit in the education of what's going on, like with his son, getting the numbers to figure out the value of this property that the well that they're getting ready to spring and all what he's been through, but the setup for Demi Moore to walk in there with those 2 hot bitches basically looking for their paycheck husbands, right? Which is fine. And she uses that against them. It's just great stuff. But also, too, it lets you know with her, when he says to her, hey, look, you got to understand, all these people are in here, your husband was, he went by intuition. Nobody's going to let that go anymore, not you, not anybody. So they all hold these things on him. And if it gets to a certain point, they're going to call you and you're going to have to sell blah, 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 instead of being a billionaire, which she can do right now. And so basically she says, yeah, I'm not coming out here to appease everybody. I'm going to come out here and say fuck you to everybody to kind of scare them off. He sets the stage up, and that's the way they write the show, so you can watch it, understand the magnitude of the moment before it happens. And then Demi Moore comes out and gives this fabulous speech, and you're like, man, that's really good, and she's just perfect for it. I really do not, I got to say this, though, because of how he is, like in the car explaining to her certain things and all that, I do not want to see them at all romantically involved. She's like, well, hey, want to start learning making these decisions on my own. She
no,
says,
no, that's the thing. You're not going to see him in her involved.
I hope not.
No, not. The other thing too is we didn't have Andy Garcia in this episode. So I was talking to Breen about this. He said the one thing that was great about this episode is, and he's right about this, it wasn't heavily focused on Andy Garcia and the cartel. I don't need the cartel in this.
Don't need it. The cartel wouldn't matter.
No, but I do believe the cartel will be a thing later on.
Yeah, I think so.
By the end of the season, maybe. So I love you bring up Dallas. Dallas is like the PG kind of like, it's all about the soap. This is like if Dallas had some balls and they decide, you know what, we're gonna make it more crass because that's the way people are. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything, and there's gonna be villains, and there's gonna be people who are villains that are less villainy that you're gonna cheer for, because a lot of these people in this show here, especially Landman, there's not really much to root for, or as far as people go. Cooper, you can say, he's supposed to be the nicer guy. You want to root for him, the good thing. But
he's got to learn it the hard way, though.
Yeah.
And he is learning it.
Yeah, he's learning it the hard way. But you also, this show really makes me want to root for Tommy. You want to root for Billy Bob Thornton, because you see how he has to deal with the shit at work, and he has to deal with, the kids, and also dealing with his wife. Now, and just like he just wants to have a cigarette. In the beginning, he's at the hotel. He's like, only got 2 cigarettes left, and I love this whole speech about the Kellogg thing. He's like, she's like, because the lady's like, aren't you gonna have your breakfast? He's like, she's like, they say it's the most important deal there. She's like, who? He's like, oh, they. Like, well, those people are. Those are people who sell the fucking breakfast. Those are the Kellogg's people. He's like, of course they're gonna say that because they want you to buy it. I just love his little rants like that.
You get them you get at least one an episode.
I know, right?
I love it. That's what the other shows don't do.
Yes. Stallone tries to do that every once in a while in his Tulsa King.
It's more comedy, though.
Yeah. His was more about the credit card company and all stuff, why do I need this? Questioning this. Pronouns. That was the first season. But Tommy just last season, he taught us about oil and why it's needed and why it's never going away.
Right.
And he's telling us about why we should, who gives a shit about Kellogg's cereal, If anything, he should have said, instead of saying Kellogg's saying, he just said like, people eat for breakfast, they have bacon, they have eggs, they have, toast, and all stuff, they don't eat fucking cereal, because that's what most men that I knew grew up, that's they ate a full breakfast, and that was it. They didn't have a lunch. You had a late dinner.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because you talked about the ladies earlier. I want to mention 2 things about the ladies. You mentioned how the children are like the adults. I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. So Ollie Larter is just like cougar number 1. That top she's wearing with her tits hanging out. She's got the cross between them, and she's got the mom jeans on. I couldn't stop staring at that. And then the thing she's wearing at the end and all that is just, she does her role perfectly.
Yes.
But what I thought was really cool, the girl power thing that I have been enjoying, is that when their daughter goes in and she's got that summer dress on, like an A+ or whatever, walking in there.
Oh yeah, go see Greta.
Yeah, well,
or Gretel, she calls her.
Yeah, and the I'm not gonna say she has an IQ of 90, but 100 means average, and you don't have to be paying attention to stuff. So when she goes in there and the lady just doesn't want to do it, the lady did a great job of not just being the one that goes, fuck it, I have to accept you in here, kind of. She's like, where she's like, yeah, I'm doing this on purpose here, because if I was up to me and I was in front of the school board here, I'd find out every single way. And she's using all these big words. And then at the end, she's like, oh, great, I'm in. And like how she totally doesn't get it, the actress, she does a phenomenal job with it. Because they introduced us to her in season 1 wearing the the panties and all that, want to screw her boyfriend or and all that, and we don't want to necessarily think of her that way.
Yeah,
but here it was just a lot of fun when she left out and they're walking off that campus because they filmed it there on it, which is a nice touch.
Yes, Ainsley at the interview with the lady who's basically like who's in charge of like doing for the tech thing, TCO. She's like, why don't you go to tech? Well, it's like, well, tech was closer to home, but but my dad lives up here, and plus they have a thing about cheerleaders not being able to the date the hunky athletes, and she's like, that's wrong. She's like, why would you want to?
Right?
Yeah. She's like, why would you? That makes sense. Do you want a lab made with a sheepdog? Nobody wants that. It'd be horrible. We want the best, the brightest. We want the 2 labs, and they make really beautiful kids and stuff together. And she's just like, just like going on all about that. And she's like, and the lady's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's hybrid. It takes the best traits from both parents, and she's like, it's up to me. I want to fucking let you in. And she starts, and he's like, you're using really big words. She's like, I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah, that's
and at the end, she's like, but because this is just you have the walk-on status, thing. It's like, all I need is a little bit here, and then like you're in. She's like, I'm in. It's like, thank you, Greta. It's like, it's Greta. It's right on my desk. And then she's like, oh, that's right.
The nameplate.
The nameplate. And she's like, she's like, well, I'm hungry. She's like, no, don't hug. It's like, I always smell like coconut. And she's like, don't worry, I'll get you a bottle. And she's like, no. It's like,
or whatever.
I just love it because that lady came off so mean to her, and Ainsley, with her stupid stupidity, just puts her in her place because Ainsley doesn't give a shit because she's gonna be a cheerleader. So of course, she goes to dinner dressed in her cheerleader thing. Dale walks in, and he's like, damn.
That was funny. She's an outfit. Oh my god.
I'm like, this is Dale. This is the guy you saw her naked right now. He's seeing her in that. He's just like, what? Oh, Dale always has the worst luck.
No,
Goes to the wrong way.
No, he doesn't. Well, but take the oil out of it and whatever the plot lines are. If you think about the aspects they're trying to talk about, and we go, well, hey, maybe we can't relate to him because they're, it's a white collar job that he has. He's basically runs operations for the largest independent oil manufacturer in Texas, and that's not lightweight shit. So the show does 2 things really well. One, it shows Billy Bob Thornton's character with like you said, a lot of shit on his plate, having to deal with it. That's phenomenal. Yeah. That's what it's like when you're in charge and you feel it.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, I noticed it was fairly obvious here, not just with the college angle that we just got through talking about with the ladies, but it's also empty nest syndrome with the kids leaving and becoming their own. Because remember, they were divorced. They're just back together again, and they do have a volatile relationship. And it's perfectly understandable that she wants, attention. She wants somebody to be at home.
She says it every episode. She's like, "You're too busy with there. Spend time with me."
Yeah, and it became at first it was kind of came off as a little like,
well, that's also the reason why they got divorced. Remember,
for her and her daughter, kind of basically like, no, she does have a good heart. It's in the right place and everything too, and she does cook dinner. I'll be honest with you, that I would have loved that dinner except for the mushroom, the truffle. But I'm a meat eater, right? So I
can't have butter though.
He makes it a big deal to have the family dinner. That's a good thing to do.
Yes.
It's good practice. But nobody else, she's not able to seemingly to implement it. So part of me goes, I'm looking forward to the next time they have a family dinner.
Here's the thing, though. I think Elliott's character for this, there needs to be on some kind of like antipsychotic medication because think
the whole thing they mentioned about her being on a period and at her age, that's completely 100% normal. They're actually talking about what most people never do.
Yeah.
That's not a knock on women, but when you get to that age and you have these ups and downs and everything, her character gets whatever.
I know, but throwing plates, that's
absolutely, bro, absolutely.
Is this what you deal with?
What's that?
Is this what you deal with? Does your wife get the zoomies so that she starts throwing plates at you?
Oh no, that would never happen in my household.
I see. Elliott is like I said, her and Ainsley together. Whenever they're conniving, just talking like girl stuff.
It is.
It's just hilarious.
They're scheming. They get an idea, and it's like,
you're right. She's like, I love it when she's walking on the interview, and she's like, "Okay," he's like, "Hey, I knew you'd get it. Maybe it's like," and she's like, "Now it's like, don't worry, just make a pie, and if they don't like it, you just make the pie, and you make everyone else deal with the other shit. That's a goal in life. Be rich and let other people do shit for you."
I know. It sounds awful, doesn't it?
And doesn't it? Yes.
From their perspective, it makes sense, and they embrace it, and they do a good job acting with it. I don't hate either one of them. Normally that can kind of wear a little bit, right? But here it doesn't.
Yeah. So I was looking at the names, like as far as the cast goes.
Mm-hmm.
So Billy Bob Thornton is playing LT Tommy Norris, and then they have Sam Elliott listed as TL Norris.
Oh, sometimes you would flip names, or you'd be a junior or the second or something. So I'm wondering if that's what they're referring to.
Did they? Yeah. So Sam Elliott, is his name? Yeah. So Tommy is Norris, and then his dad's gonna be like their middle names are flipped.
Yep.
So I saw that. I was like, maybe it was a typo, but I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, we didn't see Kayla Wallace who plays Rebecca. She's in charge of like being the lawyer stuff. She wasn't in this. Andy Garcia wasn't in the episode here too. I'm trying to think who else that's usually on the cast. I think that's it, pretty much.
It was not at the drive-in, not drive-in.
The girls,
the thing, where he used to go. He's a more high society type place. Yes. We did not see the country club, which I liked.
Sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new episode that came out today. Instead, we'll be dropping that review later on this week, probably like Wednesday or probably Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon. And so fun episode, fun show. I am just more excited to watch this. I love Tulsa King, but as we said on our reviews, Tulsa King is kind of dropped in quality, or at least interest is kind of wavering because you have good episodes, and then all of a sudden it's like, why do I even care to watch episode? I'll just wait till the good stuff happens in the next episode. This is just, I never know what's going to happen. And here's the thing about this: you could have Billy Bob Thornton just talking about anything, any educational thing on PBS, and I'll fucking watch it. He's swearing like this. It's chain smoking and just downright mean. I love this. This is it's a very educational show. It's not supposed to be.
A great job of explaining the world that they've created and how it affects things, and that's and they don't beat you over the head with it. And from my understanding is it's a bit of a different dynamic than some of the other shows that are out there. Like when I think of Yellowstone, I think, the vistas are great. Tried a few episodes of that. Tried the one with Harrison Ford in there. I mean, they just seem like they're written by young people that write television shows today, rather than.
That's what she's from. She's from the Harrison Ford one, the 1929 show. That's where Michelle Randolph. She's the only actor or actress that's been in 2 Taylor Sheridan things. So as I said, watching her in that and seeing how she's just like intelligent and and smart, just more confident, everything as she's in there. Watching her playing a complete dit is like watching Christina Applegate playing Kelly in Married with Children.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She does it really well, and it's not because it's not annoying, but I can understand like Cooper and her, first Cooper and Ainsley are at the dinner table, and and they're just saying shit to each other, and Mom's like, oh, I love how they just teach each other, and Gail's like, pretty think they fucking hate each other, and he says to Nathan. They're just laughing about it. Because
that's like a conversation that's going south at the family dinner table. Everybody's had an experience with that, knows what that feels like, and you can see it coming. So what do? You just sit back and enjoy the ride.
I thought, John. So when he said so when they started having a problem issue at the dinner table, I thought she was just going to throw a plate at him. Instead, she pulls the whole freaking tablecloth like a psychopath, and I think she really has fun with that. You can tell whenever you get to be destructive like that on set and have to worry about breaking things, because I imagine most people are hesitant to break things because we know the worth of value. We don't want to just feel like you feel bad. So when they get to do that on set, it's like they're like, oh, was that too much? And they're like, no, that was perfect. Do a little bit more.
You have to have the juice, man, and you've got to. And I'm not saying oversell it. I talk wrestling sometimes offline a little bit, right? How there's no selling, or you have to have 20 finishers and all that. You got to have that escalation like she has in there, honey. We're listening to you. Oh, if you say that again, 3rd time, bam, throws a plate. Then she goes ballistic or whatever. Then she has to come back down from the mountain while she's sitting there while they're talking with each other before he gets the phone call. It is a great scene. Look, I remember how the first episode opened up. We had the cartel. We had some other stuff. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I wasn't emotionally invested. Huh?
That's what you're on the show. They give you a recap of what happened last season.
Yeah, and it was enough. But boy, this felt like it didn't waste any time getting right into it.
No.
You feel like early on, this is a great episode. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one too. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what Ainsley gets into trouble with.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts?
Not much. I'm just saying this is turning into Friday Night Lights though with Ainsley and her football players. She's every time I see her, she's got a new guy she's gonna be with.
Well, that's the pecking order, right?
But I'm curious though. She's been going to this college. Do you think she'll be bullied?
Bullied? Hell no. No.
Think she'll be?
No,
Do
they're
you
not
think
going
that
to deal with that kind of bullshit.
No. You don't think that she'll be bullied or she'll overcome it and be like she'll become the top bitch? Because when you go after the most popular player, there's going to be jealous girls.
Strike me as a mean person.
No, which I mean, as I wonder if she's going to be have issues. She's a good girl. And honestly, I can see the show where she starts going out with like the main like popular kid at the thing, and then other girls are jealous and try to haze her, and then the mom and her get revenge.
I could see that. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Runs, right?
It seems like that kind of show. It's like Bring It On. But overall, it's a very fun episode. Very enjoyable series. I could have watched this last Sunday, but I put it off. I always do because I want to be able to like remember everything I watch. Because a lot of times I watch like 50 or 60 different things, during the week, and I completely forget what I watch the episode review. So I have to go review it anyway. But honestly, before we reviewed tonight, I was like, I kept putting it off. It's not because I wasn't lacked interest. It's just that I didn't. There's sometimes there's shows they've been gone for too long, so I was like, oh, I have to go watch this. Like Stranger Things, I don't think I finished that because it was off the air for 2 years,
something like that.
Yeah, because they had that strike, and sometimes I love shows like this. Is like I wasn't sure if we were reviewing it if I'd watch this episode or not. But I'm glad that I did because it reminded me of how much I love this series.
It's his best show.
Yeah, and it's worth the wait. And if you haven't watched the first season, go check that out, and then check out our review that we did for the third season. And we're gonna be doing an in-depth episode reviews every Tuesday for this. Sunday will be our black and white review movies, I guess.
It's just our typical movie night. Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2, episode 1 of Landman. Check it out. It's a very good show. It's very entertaining. It's a lot like the other shows, but it's unique enough where I just think it stands out too. I've tried some of the other ones. Not bad, but just not for me. But this one, like Tulsa King, it strikes a certain chord. I think it will with you too. Good night now.
Sure, guys. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Go down below and leave a comment after we're done with the video. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Later. Thanks for watching.